Tuesday. The tester day. Are you pumped? I'm motherfucking pumped. Are you pumped? Come on, gotta get pumped, right? This is fucking important. It's the tester. It's the PlayStation game tester competition. You gotta be fucking pumped for this. This is important shit. It's important to me. Damn it. As everyone in the world knows, because it was horrible. It was so bad. Like, last episode, J-Tight and Ninja were kicked off, and they totally deserved it, but oh, it makes me emotional to think about it. And evidently, it was the same way for everyone else in that loft thing, because they were pretty upset that they left. But, you know, like I said last video, I'm glad that J-Tight gets to go see his kids, and Ninja gets to see his mom, since he lives with her. But this is a new episode. It's a new day. There's a new challenge. They have to divide up in teams of 2 for a God of War themed challenge. And they're given togas to wear. Teams are Achilles and Sky Diddy, because they are total bros. There's Christy and Quadramonster, who are OMG BFFs forever. And there's Reality and Skyden together because of their alliance. And Reality wasn't too happy about that. He wasn't too thrilled, actually, that he had to be on a team with her. The only notable thing that was going on as they were getting ready is that Skyden was stripping down to get into the toga outfit, and she was making sure her ass was towards the camera and you could see her panties, and she's like, you know, oops, oh, everyone's seeing my panties. And Christy imitates her in an absolutely hilarious and exaggerated way, but Skyden doesn't really get it because she's still at her back turned to make sure that the camera guy got a good shot of her ass. I would reenact this. I really would, but the problem is that I'm wearing my penguin pants today. There's no way these bad boys are coming off. Funny thing about this whole scene is that Skyden fancies herself kind of a model. She has a Model Mayhem page, and her main profile picture on there is a nude pic of herself. You can't see anything, so it's tasteful. There's a variety of other pictures. There's a self-shot in a car picture, which was, it's like, yeah, that's professional. And all the rest were just photoshopped to hell, amateur looking stuff. It's not impressive. The challenge took place at Santa Monica Beach, and it looked really cold. Oh my god, Meredith, like, looked good. She looked totally fine. She looks great out of that leather pleather. Besides her hair, of course. Her hair is still terrible. At this point, when I was watching, it was less than 5 minutes in. I already knew who was going to go, because they were giving a certain someone a lot of airtime. And by watching reality shows, you always know who's going to go that day, depending who gets the most camera time. Another side note about their outfits, their toga outfits, they were also wearing wreaths, except these wreaths were made out of fake fern fronds and not laurel. Not laurel wreaths. It looked weird. There is one other little side note, and it is quite adorable. Achilles and Sky Diddy's bromance is so strong that I guess Sky Diddy had lent Achilles a pair of his lensless glasses to wear, so they matched. That was funny. The guest judge is a man by the name of Todd Pappy. That's right, Pappy. He's a creative director of Santa Monica Studios, and the challenge is they are on the beach. One team would go, and they were blindfolded, and they have to look around for God of War themed items and then run back to a table still blindfolded and match them up, and how they have to get as many matches of items in 4 minutes as possible. All the items were like really half-assed. There's like a frisbee and a bottle of what turned out to be olive oil, and this really cheap fake looking sword and toy horse. It was a good challenge concept, but the items used was kind of half-assed. Achilles and Diddy go first, and because of their incredibly strong romance, they communicate really well with each other, and they get 5 matches in 4 minutes. Quadra and Christy go next. Christy was gathering items like a boss, but Quadra, she just couldn't get anything. She got one thing. They got 1 match. That was it. In 4 minutes. Sky and Reality go last. They did well, but Reality forgot where he put his bottle of olive oil. That was the last match they needed to tie Achilles and Sky Diddy, and he couldn't remember. He thought he put it underneath the table, because there was a table that they would match things on, but it was actually on top. So he wasted a whole bunch of time because he couldn't remember. So the prize was a trip to the Santa Monica studios where they could potentially have a job, and they would get to play part of an unreleased game, and they get to be interviewed by people that work at Santa Monica Studios. Sky Diddy and Achilles won, and were allowed to pick one of the other contestants to come with them. And each contestant got to plead the case as why they think they should go. And Reality was the first to plead his case, and he said he should go because he's male. And Sky Diddy and Achilles were male. Yeah, that's right. Bringing his sex into the equation, he thinks he should get special preference just because of his sex. OMG, boys, pick me because I'm a boy too! They ended up picking Christy. It is revealed that the guest judge and the people that get interviewed by at the prize will pick which of the 3 get immunity for elimination. By the way, Christy is like smoking hot this episode. Like, she's always been hot, but she's just like, I don't know, there's something different about this one. Maybe it's because she got more camera time, but she was hot, and I wasn't the only one that noticed. Like, all the guys at the Santa Monica studio were, like, always looking and fawning over her and making sure to smile real big for her and stuff. At the Santa Monica studios, you know, they fart around and they look at things, and, who was the judge? Todd Pappy. He didn't look very interested. He looked more interested than that David Jaffe guy. So they got to play that game. All the monitors are blurred out in the studio, you know, to hide the top secret video game secrets. For the interview, Achilles and Christy do a pretty professional job, but Sky Diddy, he was just too Diddy. One thing I was wondering, do any of the contestants have, like, background on making video games? Did they go to school for programming, anything? Do they have any skills when it comes to designing, writing, working, blah, 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 on a video game? Like, maybe it's revealed in their bios, because I still haven't watched them, because I'm, you know, I don't think I need that much the tester. But do they all just, like, play video games, and that they think just because they play video, it's like saying, wow, I really like, you know, I'm trying to think of an analogy of something. If you really like something, then you can automatically, I really like couches. Like, couches are pretty cool, but that doesn't mean I could immediately start a job making couches. I don't know how to make a couch. You know, I could probably rustle up a bench. Anyway, back to the loft. Reality is really depressed about his olive oil losing skills, and he's trying to get some motherfucking sleep up in his bunk, but Suskaiden, being Suskaiden, climbs up with him with her big stuffed sack boy, it's called. You know, from the video game, he's the brown guy and he looks all cute. Her big oversized, she climbs up with her big oversized sack boy, and she climbs up with her big oversized sack, and she's, you know, doing a voice and trying to cheer up Reality, but he's not having it. But, you know, she can't take a hint, and she keeps bothering him. One thing I wanted to say, that sack boy that she said in the first episode was her bitch and that she loved him, and then this episode she said it always makes her feel better. That thing is motherfucking brand new. It's obvious that she got it just before the show to bring on the show. It's motherfucking obvious. That thing is motherfucking brand new. It might as well, motherfucker, I'm saying that a lot. It might as well still have the tag on it. So at the elimination, the lines between reality and Suskaiden dissolves. They're all talking about, because the two that might get eliminated were Quadja, surprise, surprise, and reality. The judges ask the other contestants who they think they should go, and Suskainen says that reality should go because he's too much of a threat and stuff. So it was that, and she says he should go because he's too good at video games and his knowledge of the video game industry, and he's a big threat. So the question is, did she betray the alliance and speak against him, or was it a planned thing for her to say, oh, this guy, he's just too smart when it comes to video games, blah, 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 he should go, and the judges would go, oh, he's so smart, I guess we should let him stay in. So that's kind of up in the air. We'll probably find out next episode. Quadja Monster, who had a ton of camera time this episode, of course, is voted off. She almost convinces the judges not to vote her off because she was crying and stuff, and they almost swayed, but they didn't. So she leaves. When she was talking to the camera after she left, it has become really obvious that she has a really low self-esteem and like low self-worth. You can kind of see that throughout the series because she's always doubting herself. I feel bad for her when I'm watching this because you don't want to see someone talk like that about themselves. But it kind of might explain why she was one of those Game Crush girls. Game Crush is a site, and it hooks gamer guys up with dates. And she used to be one of those girls. That was it for this episode. Not too much happened. It was just kind of meh. With the preview for the next episode, it seems like there's a whole lot of drama and it's a lot more interesting. So that episode review done by me, and I will do it because the tester is my fucking life, will be a lot more entertaining.